My name is Tez Akram. I'm a 23-year-old entrepreneur from Cleveland, Ohio, father, hustler, two-time six-figure business owner, and as well as a seven-figure business owner. I own the #1 clothing brand server in the world, Limitless Investments. Come check us out.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, The Real Tez, man. We back with another YouTube video, another Tez Talks. Y'all know what's up. We getting tatted right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and stroll along with this conversation how we would normally. However, shout out to Limitless Investments, our sponsor for today's video. Make sure you guys go check out the #1 clothing brand server in the world. The link will be down below in the chat. You'll learn a bunch of different things like stocks, trading. You'll also learn about sports betting and get signals every day as well if you're interested. So you guys can find that link down below in the chat. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below, but we're gonna go ahead and get into some money tips and things that you guys should be focused on when it comes to making money, assets, liabilities, credit, whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna do everything. So let's get it.
All right, my boy. As a man who is known, you know what I'm saying, for his hustle, I say I want to make $1 million in a year. What do I do? Where do I start?
You trying to make $1 million in a year? For real, you gotta first focus on how much you at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much money do you have to your name? What's the most that you've ever made? You know what I'm saying? Like, people always try to shoot for $1 million. I understand you need to break your first like ceiling first. You know what I'm saying? Before you start thinking about $1 million. Like, it's a great goal to have. You should always shoot for the stars. But I also like to tell people, like, look nearsighted. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things right in front of you that you got to fix first before you can start focusing on $1 million. So that's what I would tell people. I would say focus on skill sets and then the ability to learn, like, be able to sit down, learn something, take notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be able to help you a lot more than just anything else that you're thinking of right now. I'm telling you, it's a secret. That's a gem.
So one of your skill sets is building clothing brands and working with e-commerce and stuff like that. Could you tell us a little bit about e-commerce and why you chose that?
Yeah, so e-commerce, the reason I chose this is because most people don't want to work a job no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, your website is open 24/7. So when your website is open 24/7, you can now have the ability to make money while you're asleep, while you're at home, while you're with your kids, while you're doing the things that you want to do, which is, I would say, freedom. You know what I'm saying? Outside of having passive income, you got to be able to make money at any time of the day without you having to attend something that you don't necessarily want to do. Now, there's a bunch of different perspectives. Like, people say, like, you know, people should work inside offices and things like that. But we got to realize, like, bro, we in a new age. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to work inside no more. So if you show somebody, oh, look, you can build a website, it takes less than 24 hours. You're going to be able to put a product up on there that you like, that shows value, that solves a problem that's trending right now, something easy, something quick, and you can start making money from your cell phone. You got to ask yourself, is somebody willing to spend an hour at a time for $16 doing what somebody else wants them to do, or at least try something else with the hopes that they make a little bit more and then they end up taking off? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the importance of learning about e-commerce. The thought process that people purchase things online all the time. While you're asleep, there's trillions of dollars being spent every single day. Like, while you're sleeping, there's millions of transactions going on that you don't even know about. So I think it's important for people to learn that e-commerce will always be around. People gonna always, bro, nobody wants to go to the store no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if they don't even want to go to the store, they got Instacart making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The world getting lazier and
lazier. So you gotta think, like, you gotta kind of accommodate to those things and then try to sell to those people, or just better yet, understand your audience for real.
You did speak a little bit about passive income. Can you talk more about the different types of income? Is one like more convenient than the other, or is it like all opinionated, do you think?
I personally really value passive income because you don't have to do nothing to make it. Once you make an investment, once you put some money somewhere and it has the ability to make you passive income, you don't have to go do anything additional to make that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's guaranteed it's going to come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's something you're still working on or you still have to put in hours, that's active income. So I want people to understand, like, you got to put your active income into something that will turn into passive income. And, you know, it doesn't have to be something extremely slow. You know what I mean? It could be something as good as real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get into real estate and really strategically utilize the money that you have in small lump sums and take advantage of different things that the government provided. You know what I mean? FHA loans. There's all types of different loans that a Black person can get approved for. And, you know, get a property, get something of value, something that goes up in value. Like I love making investments, you know what I mean? Because the more investments that you make, the higher your chances of something going up as long as you do your research. This is why you got to put a lot of time into your craft because, you know, looking at Yahoo Finance, looking at Google, looking at all the different articles online, that stuff is a lot of the times the most important part about everything that you're doing outside of your decision making and the timing that you're doing it. But you won't really know when to make the right decision in the right time if you don't do the research. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to do research before you start making investments, especially passive income, because you could put your money into something that goes down in value, but it gives you, you know, a dividend or something like that. And then later down the line goes out of business. You know what I mean? Then you lose your money in that, and you don't have, you know, no dividend income coming in from that business no more. So, you know, that's what I be thinking about. And that's why I tell people active income versus passive income. Take your active income, take your job, take what you're doing right now, put it into something that could be passive, or put it into something else that is another active business. You know what I mean? Like, you know, businesses, stocks, trading, real estate, something that's going to actively grow over time. You want to attach your money to something that's going up instead of putting it on a rock and expecting it to do something.
Facts. Is there such thing as getting rich quick?
Getting rich quick. I think everybody think things just like happen overnight. I just think that's the perspective. People don't ever look at this like your craft to get to where you're trying to get to where you are. You had to put some years in to get there. So I think it's more important to think about earning your stripes. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to put the years in, being able to do the research, you know, staying up late nights, waking up early mornings, working on your craft, really trying something, failing, getting back up over and over and over again, not just 2-3 times, but like getting up over again, because you're going to have a bunch of different situations. I don't know. It might be something out there that's get rich quick, but I ain't trying to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because fast money is not healthy money. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever people say, that's cool. That's how you feel. But I just don't think fast money is the best. If I can make some money, preserve it, put it in something else that'll help it grow without me having to touch it.
Yeah.
Good.
So can you talk to us a little bit about assets and liabilities?
Yeah, man. This is a good one because I feel like a lot of people forget that you got to make sacrifices in order to have assets. You know what I mean? So like you may not be able to spend that money on that purse or on that bag or going out every single week or going to travel every month. You know what I'm saying? You may not be able to spend that money right then and there because you have a smarter investment in front of you. Like I think like if I can 4 times my money by making this smart move, but I got to not travel for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make that sacrifice just because it's like if I can 4 times my money as quickly as possible, bro, you're going to be able to efficiently grow a bank account. You're going to be able to efficiently grow a business if that's how you're thinking. Like, how can I continue, you know, 4X and 5X in my money and taking the profits and reinvesting it? Because you start realizing, like, if I found something that can flip $100 into $1,000, why would I take $100 and go spend it on anything else but trying to make another 1,000 until I get to the point where I made enough of those thousands that I can spend something on myself?
People got bills, you know what I'm saying? People got car notes, people got a whole bunch of stuff they got to pay for. People got kids. How do we save money? You know what I'm saying? If you starting out, how do you start saving money?
I think the best way to start saving money is start looking at how much money you have coming in and how much is going out. You got to understand like what's going on within your bank account before you start saving anything, because you may not have the access money to save right now because your liabilities is so high that you have nothing on the other side like an asset that's helping you pay for it. So it's like a lot of the times people have all these different, you know, streams of income. It's a lot easier because you have different legs to stand on. So I think for a lot of people who just trying to, you know, learn how to save, look at how much money is coming in, look how much money going out, like your cost of living and all of those different things. Write that down on a whiteboard or put it on a piece of paper and start understanding, all right, this is how much is coming in profit. Now what can I do with it? How much of this can I save? How much can I put aside? And then what you do is you grow that side account and then you put that money into something that's going to continuously make that money grow. So you could start a business. You could do something where it's low cost entry. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of different things. Drop shipping. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different ways. Wholesale real estate, you know, is another way. So as long as you start looking at, all right, put this money up so I can make it backflip or make it, you know, multiply elsewhere. That's where you just got to be at. But, you know, having the fancy cars right now may not just be it. You know what I mean? Like, especially you look at the times that we're going into right now, like, everything that's going on in the world, gas prices going up, rent is the highest it's ever been. You know, interest rates are crazy. You know, people, there might be something going on with credit because, you know, there's a lot of different things going on in the credit world. So it's like, you know what I mean? You got to look at everything and ask yourself, like, how can I best keep my family protected in the future financially, emotionally, physically, and all those other things as well. But financially, because, we all know money runs the world. It's the root of all evil. So you just got to remember that and, move with grace when you're trying to get your bag. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
All right, what's your thoughts on credit and cash? Is there one that's better than the other? One easier to manage than the other?
People always ask that one question. I think on Instagram, it's like $500,000 or, 800 credit score. Credit is great. I'm not gonna lie. However, I'm taking the money because I believe in my abilities to flip that money faster than taking a loan from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather take something that's concrete right in front of me. Like, people don't understand. You don't need $100,000 to build your credit score to 800. You don't. You just need stability when you're making your payments. You need to make your payments early, and you need to have a scheduled out plan. And then you need patience. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to take any credit score from wherever it's at to where it is now, like, obviously I don't know everything about the credit. So I know there's things you got to dispute and all types of different things. But for somebody just trying to get into credit right now, I think if you get you a Capital One secure credit card, it's literally $250, or you put $250 on it, and then they send you this credit card. And then what you do with that credit card is you use it towards gas, food, and anything else that's close to your cost of living. And what you do is you're paying that card off every single, 3-4 weeks. And the reason I'm saying that is because what happens now is you're going to spend that money anyways. So why not build your credit along the way? That's what I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I was always thinking like, I can have a bunch of cash and pay for anything I want. However, you get to the point where when you start seeing investments, you're like, I would rather use OPM, other people's money. Because why would I use my money when I can use somebody else, leverage it, make the investment, it pans out the way it was supposed to. I pay them their money, I take my money, and I keep going. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to continuously pull money out of your pockets to make something happen.
Yeah, so you suggesting people just like buy the little stuff, the stuff they're gonna buy anyway. They're gonna buy some food, you know what I'm saying, a few days out the month, some
Exactly.
gas, all that type of stuff, and just pay that off at the end of the month.
Exactly. So pay that credit card off. And bro, I did that. Like, I started with no credit. I did that literally. I paid off the entire card a week before the statement date. I did that, and that's how I went from like no credit to like a 700, 720. And then after that, I had the strength, but I didn't have the past, the history with my credit to start getting bigger investments. So that's when you got to start getting a couple other things under your belt. You got to get another credit card, right? Or if you want to get a car, put it under your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, start a business, write some of that stuff off. But I don't think people are thinking from that standpoint. I think people are thinking like, I want this fancy car. Why not buy the fancy car? Like, I'm not telling you not to go get the car you want or live the lifestyle you want. I'm just saying, put it under an LLC, put it under a business so you can get some tax breaks on it. Because you spending all this money, you're not realizing a lot of the money you making is taxable. So, I mean, depending on how you get to your bag, you know what I mean? You gotta be careful how you utilize your money.
I feel like a lot of people are like subconsciously afraid to go out and find this type of information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How important is it, do you think, to get out of your comfort zone and go look for this type of stuff to learn? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's extremely important. Like, people get on social media and they say, Instagram is so toxic and all this stuff so toxic. It's the topic of what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a lot of this stuff because this is what you follow. This is what you choose to follow. You know how easy it is to go and just click unfollow? It takes you less than 5 seconds. And I understand the attention span of a normal average person right now with a cell phone, an Apple phone, and some social media. It's probably like 3-4 seconds. But if that's the investment you got to make in yourself, you got to take that 5 seconds out to unfollow somebody so you can like feel better about going on social media, because it's really just a tool. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I literally get on social media to educate people, inspire people, and then get the bills paid. You know what I'm saying? And make my investments, do what I need to do. Other than that, bro, like, I'm not trying to be on here to look up and see everybody's life and all. Bro, I really want everybody to win, but like, I want to live my life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is not secluded to this little rectangular device that they created to distract us from the things that we're really supposed to be doing, which is spending time with our family, building strong families, building strong households, and then becoming something that other people can aspire to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think about. So, yeah.
All right, starting from, let's say I want to build some type of e-commerce business, a clothing brand. Let's just say that. How do I build that from square one?
I think if I was to break down how to build a clothing brand in 60 seconds, number one, you got to come up with a business name. You got to come up with an idea of what you want to make your brand around, whether it's a logo and things like that. You want to have the visual portions down because visually, this is what people are going to see. Second thing I would say is start looking at pricing too. You know what I mean? Like how much money do you really have? Like actually ask yourself, what's my budget? People always jump into stuff thinking that they got to spend thousands when if you just made a budget, you would have made it work with what you got. So before you go into it, if I tell you, all right, this is how you start a clothing brand with less than $1,000, buy samples, have a photo shoot, that's all going to cost you $400, $500. You keep the other half, you start selling it like a pre-order, you sell your stuff out of stock. And what you do is you just continuously flip the money. You promote it, you use social media, it's free. So if it don't work out, people say, well, what happens when I do a pre-order and I don't get no sales? Do it again. Like, why are you stopping just because you didn't get sales the first time? Like, you didn't get on a bike and just instantly start, moving on it. That's not how this works. Yeah, like some people are good with social media and some people are going to be able to make money in the beginning. Some people not. So for the people that's not, that don't mean you still can't be great. That just means you need to figure out a different plan so you can go about this the right way. So, understanding social media in that way and just looking at it as a tool, man. Everything is just a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Get you where you're trying to get to, spend time with your family, kick back, travel, do what you want to do. But just make sure you get assets. Make sure you get liabilities when you have enough assets that can forever pay for liabilities without you blinking, without you stressing, without you thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Did you learn a good bit of this in college?
You said what?
Did you learn a good bit of this in college?
I did not go to college. I think, my viewpoint on college is great for people who want to become something big in the world, like doctors, very important people, government, people in the government, all those things. It might be very important for those people. But I feel like right now in today's society, you don't need a degree to be successful. You know what I'm saying? You could really just, if I were somebody, man, and I had like a side hustle, if I'm cutting hair, I'm tattooing, I'm doing all of these different things, I'm thinking about, all right, I'm trying to run the bag up. All right. If you get serious about it, I'm trying to run the bag up. How can I make $10,000? All right. Well, how many heads do I need to cut? How many people do I need to tattoo? How many, products I need to sell? If you start thinking about it like that and you get that number down, like, all right, I need to tattoo 40 people, or I need to cut, 100 heads.
So you got to have a plan.
You got to have a plan. Got to have a plan. So that's how I would think about it. And that's how I would use, side hustles to get me to start that business, have that extra money coming in, because you got to make the investments in the business. But however, I think, it's important to look at all those different dynamics. So the logo, the brand name, then you want to have your plan and your budget. Then I would say the third thing as well is start looking at manufacturers. You know what I'm saying? Start thinking about how you want things to look. If you need to find a designer, you can hit a Fiverr. I would start looking at all those different aspects and then start getting everything set up for that pre-order if you start in a clothing brand. But if you're doing something like, if you're just jumping into e-commerce and you're just trying to make some money, there's a bunch of different ways. You know what I mean? Like you can do clothing brands if you want to. However, there's other things that you can just buy and sell. You know what I mean? You can literally go to TikTok, look at what's trending right then and there, build an entire Shopify website around it, literally throw Facebook ads, TikTok ads, or just continuously, utilize promo pages to actually build that page up or build that business up. You don't know how much money you can make if you just try it. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to try. People don't want to put the effort in. So
how important do you think risk taking is?
I think every person has to take risks. Every great person has taken a risk. So to me, it's like, there's nothing that makes me any different than them. So I'm going to have to take the risk too. And what you realize is on the other outside of, on the outside of that, that jump that you take, that leap, is a result that you probably wouldn't have got had you just stayed where you were. And sometimes it may be an L, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lesson. So that's the most important part, is like, you do something, you use your time towards something, you do something towards your craft, and it doesn't work out the way you want it to work out. That don't mean that you just stop. You know what I'm saying? You just keep pushing, you keep going through it.
All right, what would be your top tip, you know what I'm saying, for somebody struggling financially right now?
I think to end things off, if I were to give somebody my top tip, it would be focus on skill sets, focus on, how you can make more money with what you know how to do. You know what I mean? And if you don't know how to do something that can make a lot of money, go learn how to do it. So, use your time more than anything. Some people have more time than money. Others have more money than time. This is how you get to that point, by using that time to go make more money and then learning how to limit your time doing something, making that same amount of money. So you could sell something, you could flip things online all the time. So I would say, figure that out. If you're struggling financially, definitely, lean on family if you have family, and just really try to change your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, money is something that you can attract. So as long as you change your mentality, you can attract the money that you want. But it's never going to get there by just praying and thinking that if I type claim on Instagram that I'm going to be able to have $1 million. No, it takes action as well. So I would say anybody out there, take the action, go learn something, you know what I'm saying? Go try to sell some, you know what I'm saying? And just get out there. Social media, online, it's a gift. Our family didn't have it before, so we got access to it now. So that's what we got to take advantage of it. So yeah, y'all, that's it for this episode. Tez Talks, episode 3, getting tatted, dropping gems, e-commerce. If you guys liked it, drop a like, go ahead and drop a comment what you guys thought. If there's anything that you wish that you would have wanted to know before you got to where you are, or tips that you would give somebody else when it comes to finances and money and things like that, or credit, real estate too, I want to see that too. Drop it down below in the comments, and I'm gonna make sure I reply to all of them. So other than that, make sure you guys turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.